This is Jonah Hill, and you're listening to the only podcast that matters.
Throw Gang, we are joined by the Baron of Bedroom Pop, Maestro of the middle part. His songs on TikTok, that shit is gussin'. His honor of the hairdo. He must have a schizophrenic penis because the stream's going crazy. The Titan of Twinks, way skinny but the bags are fat. The Fitz Dapperton, his music Slapperton, the cheeks Clappington while you Fappaton. Call him Jack the Ripper because he's killing these hooks. He must be French how he be throwing strikes. Oh, you're also indie? Indie's nuts. New single Horizons is streaming right now. Artist Gus Dapperton. Gus, how the hell are you?
What up, guys? Thanks for having me. I'm definitely gonna need that to use like before I come out on stage.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
it'll be like
drop.
It'll be like the Rocky music, and it's just this behind it, and I'm like kind of coming out.
Do bedroom pop artists have hype men? Just like
No.
singing all your lyrics for you while you're just fucking moshing on stage? 'Cause I can do that.
But my band, like my sister plays in my band, and she's on stage, and she gets
Nepo,
like,
baby.
now she was
She rips.
She's way better at music than I am. I kind of just am an imposter, but
Right. The face.
she'll like come out and like hype up the crowd and stuff. So
Really?
she's kind of a hype man. Yeah.
Okay, well, if she wants to use these, if she wants to borrow this, like she's more than welcome to.
Does
So,
she,
it's a
does
family
she have
affair.
a stage name too? Did she rock with the Dapperton alias? Or?
No, she goes by Amadel,
Okay.
which was like an old family name.
Sounds like an
Yeah.
old ass name.
Yeah.
How did you
Jeremiah.
yeah, like an Amish ass name.
Yeah.
Are we asking him how we got to Gus Dapperton, or is that on here? Because I want to know like where that comes from.
So in high school, I started making music in middle school, and I would just mainly produce. And I had a bunch of different like kinds of music I like to make.
Okay.
So I had a few different SoundCloud accounts,
Oh,
and I had all these different names.
Were you a SoundCloud rapper?
No, I made a lot of like old school hip hop beats, and my friends would like
To
rap.
study too.
Yeah, they're kind of like lo-fi study beats, and my homies would rap on them. And so I had an account called Spazzy McGee.
Gus Gang.
Ableist, dude. A little ableist.
Gus
man.
Gang, we gotta find this.
So that one's out there. There's still beats on there
Fuck yeah.
that I'm
Shout out
hyped on.
Spazzy, dude.
And there was a few others. There was another one I made like electronic, like house and like trap remixes. And then finally I started like singing towards the end of high school and just make Gus Dapperton. Yeah.
So once your balls dropped and your voice came into
I
view.
feel like my
You
balls
adopted the dapper.
didn't even drop yet at that point. I feel like I have a way deeper.
The early
voice
shit is
now.
just falsetto Gus.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, Spazzy McGee, we're so happy to have you. The first thing we want to do is a fit check for the audience at home. We're going to walk us through the totality of everything you wore today. Gus, the choice for you is, do you want to go top down or bottom up? And there is a correct answer.
So let's see. Let's go bottom up.
Woo! Got it, dude. All
Um,
right, 1 for 1 out the gate. What
I
did
kind of forgot to like
Get a fit off?
you look awesome, dude.
I forgot to put the shoes I wanted to wear today
no.
on, so it came with the Lusso Clouds.
the
you know
leather
those?
Lusos.
Yeah.
I mean, you're drawn to them because they're so comfortable.
They are.
I was wearing them around my house, and I just totally
He just
forgot.
walked out.
What were the shoes that you were thinking of actually wearing? I'm curious.
Some Prada, like Mary Jane type.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm
loafers.
happy we could still shout them out regardless.
Yeah.
The
And
fit that once
then
was.
Yeah.
Fit that
Some
wasn't.
Uniqlo socks.
Nice. Great socks.
Some tie-dyes?
No, dude,
they're
these are
just
from
stains
my-
from the
These are
Lusos.
from stained from the list. Actually stained.
Yeah, dude. A little DIY.
Yeah, and then Acne pants. I'm not really sure.
The wide
when.
wide
Boards.
whale.
Wide
Yeah.
whale, dude.
And then I have this tank. I'm not sure where it's from.
Just like a Hanes pleaser or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then this is a cardigan from this thrift shop in Red Bank, New Jersey, called
Yeah.
Shed Head Vintage. They're
Nice.
sick. I
Jedhead, dude.
highly recommend it.
You got this is bus seat core.
Yeah,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah.
Looking like a damn public piece of transportation.
Yeah.
Looking like the Feng Hua.
And then this is just a bandana. I have no idea where
A dapper
it's from.
kerchief.
Yeah.
What about the
Also vintage.
No, I don't even know where
vintage
this is
bandana?
from.
I guess a lot of people
Yeah.
do that, but it's a
I
little
think I
gross
just
when you
found. I
about
think
it.
probably someone just left this at my house, and I
Yeah.
found it. Yeah.
What about the hardware? We got the watch. You want to start with the watch or the earrings?
Oh yeah, this is. My girlfriend got me this recently. I think it's from like LA Apparel or something.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait,
it
LA
looks-
Apparel, like the Blanks company?
Yeah.
They make watches?
I think they sell like vintage, like some vintage pieces. And
Okay.
stuff.
Not like watch blanks at
No, no.
Rolex takes and puts the R
if
on
there
them.
were watch blanks, I would totally use them for like merch or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
The Gus Pro model.
yeah,
What does it say?
it's Philip.
Patek.
I never even look at this. Philip Persio.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, so
Or-
a vintage, a nice little vintage.
Little small
Yeah.
watch, which is very in vogue right
Yeah.
now.
And then these I just got at some like antique shop in like Long Island, and then I don't even know where I got this.
Just a pearl straight from the
Yeah.
ocean.
What about the pennies?
What am I rock? Oh, Uniqlo.
Okay.
Nice, dude. Okay.
Yeah.
Airism?
Huh?
Airism?
No, they're just like the briefs, black
Regular
briefs.
rock
Yeah.
briefs. All right.
Yeah.
We got to talk about the shades.
Yeah.
Oh, the shades. I got these Fendi shades
Woo.
that I'm hyped on.
Bedazzled.
Yeah, the bedazzled ones.
And then the jacket you came, this
And
flight
then this
joint.
is Acne as well.
Oh, nice,
Yeah.
dude.
How much acne do you own? Are you a big acne guy?
Yeah, I like Acne and I like Eckhouse Lada a lot. I feel like they're
hell
kind of
yeah,
similar in
yeah.
like those ways where they're kind of
bendy.
designer, but they're like not super overpriced. Like they're
Yeah,
kind
yeah.
of affordable, but they're like well made.
You got to get the Eckhouse Lotta assless chaps. Those are
That'd be a
those
good
bang.
stage fit for
Yeah.
sure, dude.
Do they
on
make
some Marilyn
those?
Manson shit. Yeah.
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 Cheeks out.
Yeah. Cheeks hanging.
All right, I think that's a complete fit check. We are drinking on some Green Point's finest to keep the fucking pipes nice and lubricated.
Yeah. All right, Gus, let's get into the meat and potatoes of the podcast. First and most important
Mhm.
question, and I'm not asking this with any
Animosity.
disdain in my voice. I've been working on my anger issues and everything, and this bowling tournament was a few weeks ago. I have to know though, why is it that you and all your homies are so good at bowling?
So there is a very logical question to this. I feel like after quarantine,
Yeah,
the first things to start opening up weren't like bars. So bowling alleys and like movie theaters would have, like small groups able
Sure.
to go. So we just started going to gutter, literally
Sure.
that gutter all the time.
That's your home court, your home lanes.
Yeah.
Oh, so you knew like the break of the lanes and everything. You could read the lanes well.
Yeah, I knew how they oil it, the oil pattern.
Yeah. Like, yo, let me get on number 7.
He's reading the greens at the gutter,
Reading
dude.
the Browns.
Yeah, they give me the scoop. But
So you guys would just like roll every week, or
me and Kevin and Tommy, the dude who did the backspin,
Fucking Tommy.
That was crazy.
we would go a lot right after quarantine, and because we would just go like wait for 45 minutes, and it's basically like you're at the bar, and then
yeah.
and then you just go bowl for a little. So
Yeah.
we would do that a lot, as things started opening up,
Okay.
and then we just got really into it, and we still go all
When
the
you
time.
started out, were you like absolute fucking noobs?
Because
You
your
sucked.
form
Yeah.
is fucking
No, well,
crush, dude.
I'm like, I love like weird, like bar games. Like I love. There's a game called Snooker. Have you heard of Snooker?
Like the English pool.
Yeah, it's
yeah.
like English pool. I love that. I've only played it a couple times, but I love watching that. There's this dude who's like the Michael Jordan of snooker.
Some fucking bloke, just some random
Yeah,
ass
his
dude.
name's Ronnie O'Sullivan. He's like,
Of course it is.
he's like, that's like my he's my role model.
He's your MJ.
Yeah,
What about like darts? Are you nice at darts too?
I'm okay at darts.
Big buck
but
hunter?
I'm not even like that good at any of these games. I just love
They're fun.
them. Like
Shuffleboard,
and like
buck hunter.
poker, even
Yeah,
like
okay.
if it's a game, whatever. But
You
yeah,
just love an excuse to drink.
Yeah, really.
honestly, yeah. Well, just
All these
something.
activities are
just,
drinking
I
adjacent.
I can't just like chill. I have to have like an activity to
Right.
do. I have to have a job or something.
Idle hands are the devil's plaything, of
Yeah.
course, Gus. Okay.
You ever heard Gus Dapperton's play over the speakers at a bowling alley? Is that like your dream?
No, I haven't heard that.
Not yet.
Let me slip
I
this
probably
shoe
have
guy a
heard-
little USB.
Yeah, I'm sure like Super Lonely has come on. at
Fam, put on some
point.
Spazzy
Yeah.
McGee.
Did Tommy develop his fucking reverse throw like post quar, or is that
No,
always been his move?
he's always done that. Kevin was always pretty good
Shout
at
out
bowling.
Kev.
Tommy and Kevin are both like really good at.
Is Tommy the
Just
short
anything.
king in the crop top?
Yeah.
Oh
yeah,
my
with,
God, he was
the
fucking
buzz head,
good.
yeah. Mhm.
Wait, no, he had like a mullet.
Oh, that's Jaden.
Jaden was fire.
Yeah, Jaden was really
The best
good too.
looking team by far. If
Yeah,
there was a
absolutely.
prize for that, I know you guys lost a big wet. And
I
his
wanted,
crew
dude-
of Craigslist hardos, but
Yeah.
ultimately, you guys
Yeah.
look the best for sure.
No, I really wanted to come like in matching fits, and I was like, we don't have enough time to like get shirts or anything. So I wanted to do like suits and kind of all do suit looks.
That's what Dime Piece did. They did all suits too, so that was a way for sure.
But no one wanted to do it. So I was like, fine.
They needed more mobility, bro.
Yeah.
Fucking Jaden needed his performance crop top on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Real lot of like hip movement there.
Yeah.
Shout out to boys.
Well, the Rusty Garter tournament was actually our second cosmic kind of meeting of the minds because
Convergence.
we actually have a bit of a history. My question for you, Gus, would you like to thank me on record about getting your first ever Pigeons and Planes write-up, which ultimately broke your career?
I'll thank you for that for sure. Thank you.
Is that facts or cap? When you saw the clip?
I think that's definitely facts. They definitely like posted my music before in like these playlists and like monthly, weekly like songs to listen to this
and they
week.
break a lot of motherfuckers. Let's be clear.
But that was probably the first like write up they did on me for sure.
It was it was your first ever EP?
Yeah, so that was in the summer of 2017 or 18 or something.
Damn, dude.
Maybe.
Way back.
Yeah.
Never wrong. Only early, this guy over here.
Shout out to Tina because she was like, hey, my homie Gus is doing it. Can I write it up? And I was like, here's info at Pigeons and Planes.
Yeah, what a guy, dude.
No,
he
then,
really A&R'd it.
Yeah. But then I had to nudge the guy. I was like, hey, like keep an eye out for this one. Oh, she emailed it. He's like, okay, I got it. Don't worry, we're good. I like this music. But yeah, what's my royalty back pay looking like? Do I hit the people at Warner Records? Like
now you give him info at GusDapperton.com. You paid forward.
Invoice it there.
Hell yeah, dude. Shout out BMP, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're dope.
Okay, but for the next album, which is coming this year, can we say that?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're building out this whole world that's kind of like centered on the project, right? Kind of going back to your high school days of like creating characters, which is something you do with all your projects. What hallucinogens can we thank for this trip down the Gus Dapperton rabbit hole we're about to take?
I don't even know. All of them.
There are too many.
All of them. Nah, but this the sort of like metaphor and like visual that I was referencing is just also like after quarantine when things started opening up, I was just like I was one of those people who wasn't inspired at all during COVID.
You're like, this blows, dude.
Yeah, no,
I bowling with the homies.
I couldn't make anything, and I didn't even try.
Like
it was
writer's block or
writer's
bummed?
block, and just kind of like I guess a little bummed because kind of based my entire life off the fact that like art will always have a place in the world and be important and like
just
change,
a naive dumb
lives.
child. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. And then when like COVID happened, I was like, oh, like actually nothing really matters except
your music
like
can't save the
people's
lives of
health
millions
and
of
safety.
sick people. Yeah,
No,
dude,
so
I'm
like,
sorry.
So, well, I just didn't ever think something like that was like possible in such a short amount of time. But so no, I kind of just sat back and like I already had a lot of music done, that album Orca that I released kind of during COVID because it was a bit like timely and the message was sort of relatable to I think what people were going through. For me, it was a lot about like depression and stuff, and
people were spending a lot more time in their bedroom. So why not put out a bedroom pop album?
Yeah.
It never hit harder.
Yeah. But so like for me, it was just kind of like I was going pretty hard, just reintegrating into society and like wanting to see people and socializing and like going out a lot. And so the visual for the record is kind of about like having this one crazy night out and you go into this like fantasy underworld of New York City and have to make it home before the sun comes up or else you're stuck in this like time loop.
Right.
Where like nothing ever
before you turn
changes.
into a pumpkin, bro.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so that's kind of what that like the big visual agenda is.
Is that for the whole album or just for this one single Horizons?
For the whole album. That's
so. Does the world building and visuals come like after the music's done, or are they hand in hand?
They're pretty hand in hand depending on the song. I think I wrote a couple songs that I knew were starting to follow a pattern, but they didn't really spark any visual agenda. And then I wrote this song Wet Cement that came out, and that sort of sparked like what everything was going to look like. And
that was like the domino that kind of like pushed it all forward.
Exactly,
right.
Yeah.
Sick, dude.
Was there a moment that where you finally got through your fucking writer's block? Or was it just being out and about and just being like, I love life again?
Yeah, was it a singular night in the underbelly, the seedy underbelly of NYC? You're like, back outside, let's go.
I think
you call the guy.
I think what it is it's like good music actually comes from like being real and talking about what's actually going on in your life. And I think I never really have writer's block, but I avoid like doing that all the time. because it feels a little bit like there's a lot of pressure and vulnerability. So like I'll like every day I'll sit down on the piano and write something new, but if there's nothing to actually base it on, it's just going to be trash.
Right. It's got to be tangible in your real life.
And you'll hear it. It'll feel
so
hollow.
I think it just took me a while to like get to that point of realizing that's what I had to write the album about.
Got it.
Yeah.
Well, going back to like the very first EP back in 2017, 2018, I think like one of the first visual cues that people immediately got was the bowl cut.
Yeah.
Yes. I don't know if it's just for the single record or for the whole project, but it looks like you have like a fucking Nike swoosh.
That is for the whole project.
Like a Klaus Nomi-esque like fucking swoop.
It's going to be in that vein. It might not be the one swoop every time, but it's like
double
in
swoop?
this.
Swooped up?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. The double swoop's kind of crazy.
Swooped out, dude.
Yeah.
Double swooped up?
Yeah.
When you switch up the hairstyles, is that coming from your big brain that the hair covers, or do you have like a secret weapon homie who's fucking up the follicles?
No, I always I'm like obsessed with like Pinterest and shit, and I just start saving a million things that I could reference. But no, I so like this next project, it all stems from like the music. So like the last project, I was playing a lot of live instruments, and it was really just like not a ton of crazy production. It was just like acoustic guitar, piano, drums, bass, vocals.
Simple.
Yeah, very simple. And this project, I was getting a little crazier, and I was referencing a lot of like 80s synth sounds, and then I was playing a lot of like clean swing, like jazz guitar. So those two things kind of like triggered this sort of 1980s kind of aesthetic, and then also this like Prohibition era kind of aesthetic. So I try to combine those two sort of decades with the visual agenda, because it also feels like the music kind of sounds like that too.
Is that why we see like the big suit?
Yeah,
The
so
zoot
that's like
suit
the
almost?
big like
Yeah.
Wall Street like 80s suits, and then the hair is kind of this like Prohibition era like flapper sort of hair and makeup. Yeah.
Guys, an amalgamation of the most annoying guys at any party.
Gus Dapperton.
But he does it. Yeah, right. Exactly.
This next question was written by Lauren, so I want to let him ask it just because.
Yeah. Is there a haircut? Wait, what is the question? Oh, sorry. Oh, here we go. Gus, when you renovate the curtains, do you also install new carpet?
No.
Okay.
You don't have a swoosh over the
Yeah, right.
fucking over the
No.
cotton balls,
I just don't.
encircling it.
I think if it was more like tangible and pliable, I would maybe try it.
Yeah, you could do the Tom Ford Gucci G.
Yeah, right. You're
Pubic
shaved
hair,
in
yeah.
but
all
it's,
time.
But it's for Gus.
Yeah, some sort of
Is there a
shape.
haircut you've gone through that you regret the most? I mean, there was like the red middle part,
Right.
the neon green bowl cut. This
Every
Klaus-
time I get a haircut, I regret it, and
You're
then
like, what the fuck did
and
I
then
do?
and then the next day I wake up and I'm like, this looks sick. It's just like a shock to the system.
Sure.
I get really bored of my hair really easily. I go change it.
Great
get a
hair, by the way.
haircut.
I was gonna say
Oh,
it's easy to get bored when you have amazing hair versus like some other people
Yeah.
I might know where you don't really have
Yeah,
any
I think
options.
it's the one thing though. Like, if my hair starts getting too long, like I literally won't go outside because I just like hate how it's starting to look. I don't know why.
It's not like vanity though.
It's the same
like
with
from-
it's the same with like clothes. Like if you like are getting like, I don't know. I hate shopping. I like having new clothes,
Mhm.
but I hate shopping.
So you want them for free is what you're saying.
Yeah. Yeah, send me stuff for sure. I think
I know the
it's-
feeling, bro.
When you look in the mirror and you're like recycling all the same clothes, you're like, I don't even want to like
Yeah.
go
Yeah.
out. You know what I
You're
mean?
looking at 80,000 things in your closet. I have
Yeah.
nothing. I have no
Yeah.
clothes.
And it's like just like what we always say.
Cancel the function.
And shout out Deion Sanders, but look good, play good, feel good.
Yeah, yeah.
Is the haircut for you? Like it definitely doesn't come from a place of vanity or attention seeking for sure. But like, is it where you kind of draw your power from? Like Samson, is it like your superpower, a new crazy?
Yeah,
haircut?
I mean, yeah. I think the way I like to think about it is like expressing yourself, kind of like really hardcore.
Mhm. Extreme.
It kind of is like a big confidence booster, especially when you're feeling insecure about it and you just do it and you're like, these are all the things that I like and reference, and these are the things that make me who I am. It definitely gives me sort of like a confidence
As
boost.
a Pinterest mood boarding god,
Yeah.
I'm assuming like you look at a lot of other people's hairstyles, right? For reference,
Mm-hmm.
who in your opinion has the best hair in the biz? And is it you? And then maybe like who's the best all time?
I mean, I think I would my immediate thought was just like David Bowie.
Sure.
I think I grew up being inspired by musicians who were like bold and would switch up their looks from record to record based off what the stuff was sounding like and not being afraid to like try different things. So I loved like
Bowie's the king of that.
Yeah, of course.
and
Shout out Ziggy.
and even like Michael Jackson back in the day, and even like Britney Spears and shit.
Yeah, for sure.
Is Britney Spears have the best hair in the game?
No, I don't think she has the best hair in the game. I would say Dave Bowie for sure. That's like who I'm very inspired by.
Absolutely.
Is there a style phase? We talked about haircuts that you regret. Is there a style phase you went through that you regret the most?
Not really, honestly. I think just when I start like when I don't go shopping for way too long and I'm just stuck with a lot of stuff that I don't like wearing anymore.
What do you dress like in high school?
In
When you were
high
first starting
school,
out?
by the end of high school, I was also like bleaching my hair and painting my nails and shit and like cutting my jeans. So it's just a more DIY version of what I look like now.
Okay.
Right. Now you got a little
Broke boy
scratch.
version.
Yeah, but what, definitely like no designer shit, just like all thrifted stuff. Yeah.
Well, your hair and your style were recognized by the good folks over at Celine a few years ago. What is shooting with Hedy Slimane like?
That was awesome. Definitely like a bucket list thing. It was really surreal because they just had they just had a window of time and they're like, can you fly out to LA and like shoot for this in
Was
the
this
desert?
request seemingly out of nowhere too? Like, were you expecting it? Was it like a negotiation thing? Or
No,
just like, hey, we're
we
in
had
Boston one day?
Celine was like had been like sending me some stuff, and I think I was like on their radar, and then I think they had an idea for this part of their campaign, and then I just flew out and literally like I was just in the car with Hedy like driving to the desert for like 2.5 hours both ways, and he was
Damn. What do you guys
nicest-
talk about?
Yeah,
We're just talking about music, like
he's obsessed. Obviously,
yeah.
Was he a fan of you? Had he heard? Were you playing him shit in the whip?
I think his like
He's like, yo, you ever heard of this guy Spazzy McGee? He's fire.
I think his team were like big fans of me, and they put him on. So
Sick.
I think it was.
What do
it
you
was
what do
more
you play on
that.
the aux cord on that 2.5 hour drive?
Man, I think honestly, I feel like we weren't playing any music. We were just talking.
just
deep in the
talking.
throes of conversation.
Yeah, I think I showed him a new song or two.
Oh, sick.
Yeah,
How was the reception there?
good.
Yeah?
Yeah. He was
'Cause
like,
that's a crazy cosign.
I told him like I wanted to, and he was like offering it too to make some music for like a virtual show or something, which I'm always down to do something like that.
Did he give you any like particular piece of advice or that stuck with you, or was it all just kind of like small talk?
No, it was a lot of small talk because it was just like getting to know him and stuff. And we were talking about what we were gonna like shoot and everything and the clothes and all that. So
That's a long drive.
That is very long.
He had
That's
to make
5
the- he
hours
had
in a
to-
whip
he had
with
to
Eddie.
make- Yeah, he had to make a couple phone calls too, and on the
Okay.
way back, he had to make more phone calls.
Okay. All right.
So yeah,
He's like, hold on, I got to call this TikTok kid that has
Yeah.
300 million followers that I want in my next show.
yeah.
Yeah. I got to send him a hoodie, dude.
Did you guys stop for any food? Did you stop like a Del Taco or anything with?
No, what
Eddie
do we
Slimane?
have? No, we like ordered some lunch in the desert. I don't know.
Damn. And then, but shooting with him like as a photographer, because he actually he himself shot.
Yeah, he
the
shoots.
photos.
He shoots everything. Yeah.
How was he as a photographer, as like just a director?
Really good for sure. I think like, yeah, he's kind of just a director of the whole thing. And I was super surprised. Like the team was like really small. It was just like,
Really?
Super intimate.
it was like 3 or 4 of them like running the whole thing, casting everyone, arranging everyone's like accommodations, the creative direction, the shoot. It was like a really small
Did you
squad.
like the fit that they put you in, or did you have any?
Yeah,
did you have any input on it?
I always give a little bit of input, even though they don't want me
Right.
to. I don't know why.
Pipe down, sweetheart.
Yeah.
We
You
got to
gotta-
leave it to the pros.
Every
you gotta
time
protect your image.
yeah. Every time I do shoot, because I'm also like, I'm not like just a model. Like I also
Not just a pretty face.
no, I'm
He also
like,
bowls
I'm,
well.
I'm like a musician first, so
Right,
I'm
Yeah,
like,
of course.
I don't want to wear anything I wouldn't actually feel
You got to
comfortable
protect your
wearing.
image, bro.
So
Yeah.
I definitely like I'll give some suggestion. But this one was like fair game. I liked pretty much everything.
Were you in all red? Am I imagining that?
I had red hair,
Okay.
like completely red hair. Yeah,
Did I read somewhere that you wore some of your own stuff, or was your own jewelry? Like, what was it? Anything?
yeah. Wait,
It was your own guitar.
I
Okay.
brought my guitar.
He brought the axe, dude.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Were you playing
So funny.
Wonderwall in the whip?
Yeah.
Like, oh, it's that guy.
Yeah.
Playing
No,
Oasis
that's
in the whip
that's
again.
the one funny thing about like using instruments as props and stuff. Like it's like not plugged in, and,
Right.
like, in the middle,
You're, like,
just
wailing.
Shredding nothing. Shredding into the void in the
and
desert.
there was one part where they're like, yeah, play something, and like we can like put it in after. And I was like, well, like we don't have anything to record it with an electric guitar. She's like, we'll just record it with your phone, put it in your pocket. I'm like, no, it's like. It's not gonna like you're not gonna hear it at all because it's an electric guitar. And they're like, just try it. Like
It's like bing, 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 bing,
Yeah.
bing, bing.
Don't quit your day job. I don't
Yeah.
think you could be an engineer.
Also,
Like,
wouldn't it look if they tried to dub something over?
No,
and
I
you
know. I
played
was like,
something
I-
completely different.
and that's what they were like. They're like, do you wanna you can like dub it over after. I was like, I'm not gonna be able to figure that out.
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Good idea,
Mhm.
but maybe something that doesn't have the best
Yeah.
execution.
This is
No.
why we need input from the artist.
Yes, right, exactly.
Yeah.
We need more electricians.
That was the one thing I was giving the most.
Believe
input
all
about, for
talent.
sure. Yeah.
Well, that was clearly you said to yourself that's a bucket list moment.
Mhm.
Has there been like what's been besides that maybe like the craziest instance where you've looked around and just like I can't believe this is where my art that I started in high school in my bedroom has taken me, like the biggest pinch me moment, if you will.
I mean, yeah, I think like honestly, like I don't, like I don't have a ton of things on my bucket list because I just never thought that any of these things would be possible, like
You didn't
ever
believe
in my
yourself.
lifetime. Yeah, so I kind of like don't really have anything, like all the things that everything is extra, like
It's all gravy.
It's all house money.
yeah, everything is just like. Yeah, I'm just so hyped. Like I can make music and like pay my rent for making music. That's like
That's
the
really
goal.
all you
yeah,
are.
Yeah.
You're a humble guy. Wait, so you really didn't like straight up? You didn't like believe in the music because you must have known it was like good, right? But like,
No, totally. Like, yeah, no, I just didn't. There's a ton of music I listen to that doesn't get the right attention it deserves, I think. So it's more something like that. And also, yeah, like when I grew up in Warwick, New York, which is a pretty like rural area in upstate New York, and I would like come to the city a lot towards the end of my high school career and like play shows and stuff. But in Warwick, there wasn't a ton of people didn't have anything to like reference, because if I wasn't in like musical theater or like jazz guitar or something,
Mhm.
then it's like, what do you mean? Like you want to do music? You're not in any music programs. I'm like, no, like I make beats. They're like, what is that?
what is a beat?
I'm like, no, it's not like if you hear like a rapper rapping, it's everything else.
So you got to explain the concept of beats to these people.
Yeah, so like no one really understood that. My sister always was a like huge supporter, and she always got it. But yeah, I just didn't think it was like that possible.
You kind of like believed, not that they're hating, but like you just kind of like, well, I guess they might be right, Like,
yeah, no, totally. And it just was, yeah.
damn, that's
I thought it'd be hard to make it out of there.
Did you ever get hate for like bleaching your hair, finger nail polish, like fucking clothes? Like, did you get fucking bullied for?
Nah, so I had such a weird like in between, because my school definitely revolved around sports,
Mhm.
and I was really good at lacrosse, and I could.
You were a
like,
jock.
I wasn't even a jock. I
You're just
liked
nice with the stick.
I skateboarded growing up,
Mm.
and the skateboarders would get like made fun of, and me and all my friends made music. Like I would make beats, and then a couple of my friends would rap and stuff. But I also was really good at lacrosse and a few other things. So like they would make fun of me, but then not really bully me. Like they
Okay.
would tease me, but not
Yeah.
like I could like hold my own against them, and then like
yeah.
kind of like there were kids like on my lacrosse team who would like in school maybe like tease me, and then on the field they would just shut up, you know what I mean?
Right,
He's
right.
too nice.
So
He's nice with a stick.
I guess it really is like 21 Jump Street, where it's like kids don't bully each other anymore.
Yeah.
Everyone's just nice to each other.
right.
yeah, I mean there was definitely like bullying in my school, but
Only the skateboarders.
Yeah.
And also that was the
bitch-ass
thing. It was
skaters.
more of like it wasn't really a bullying. It was like a back and forth kind of.
It was
like
cruise.
hating on each
Yeah,
other.
it was cruise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You had your crew. They had
The
theirs.
push and pull of, high school politics, if you will.
But you made it out of Warwick. Has there not been a moment where you're like on stage at like Tokyo or some shit where you're just like, holy fuck, like I can't believe everyone's singing my lyrics? Is that
That's
still like
yeah. I
affect
think
you?
I think the first time that like I guess like the big shock moment was the first time I went to Europe in 2019, like in the beginning of the year. We did a couple shows in the States, which all felt like a gradual growth. So
Snowball effect.
yeah, so like I would play at a bunch of venues in New York City, and like more and more people would start to come out. So I didn't really have that. But then when I went to Europe the first time, we played our first show in Dublin. It was like sold out and nuts.
Was the
and
snooker
everyone
homie in
was-
attendance? Whatever that guy.
No, I wish. Ronnie O'Sullivan. If you're watching
was
this,
Sully in the building?
please come to my next London show.
VIP backstage access on deck.
100%. You have artist pass, whatever.
But in Dublin, you're like, holy fuck. Because
Yeah.
like New York, it's in the States,
Yeah.
thing, but
When you hear like other people's accents, like singing songs, you're like, holy shit, I've never even
yeah, it
heard
sounds
this accent
so
in
bad.
real life. And then there's like a crowd of people. That's yeah, for sure
Do
crazy.
you think that now that people are going to know that you're a jock that was just fucking super sick at lacrosse, it's going to like change their like perception of you? They're like, oh, we thought he was a sweet little like bedroom pop guy,
Yeah.
but now
I
he's
thought he was getting swirlies like me. Now I can't relate. He got pussy.
No, I was kind of like, no, I don't know. I was also kind of like a loner in high school. I literally, that was my thing. I was like,
Fuck
I'm
school.
going to just make beats so much like that one day I can enjoy myself.
Do you have
So-
any hip hop aspirations now that you like have a clear foothold in the music industry? Like, are we going to see Gus rapping?
No,
or
but I
producing?
definitely have been able to
Gus
work
Dapperton.
with some artists recently that I was like a huge fan of. So just working with those artists, like
Like rappers?
yeah, just like growing up, I think in middle school, my big inspirations were like because I wasn't like naturally good at guitar. I didn't even like try it. Singing, I wasn't a good singer, wasn't good at piano or any of these things. And I loved like beats, and I loved Jay Dilla and like Madlib, MF Doom, and all that.
Here.
So
yeah, we got the metal
Oh,
face right
hell
there,
yeah.
dude. We could add that to the look.
so once I like hopped in GarageBand and was like, oh, like this is how you make beats. That's when I was all super hyped on it. So I loved like Pro Era and Odd Future and
You're raised
all
on that kind of shit.
Yeah.
For sure.
What artists, what rappers specifically have you worked with? That
Can you say?
Tell us.
I don't know if I'm allowed to say that, but
Will we see some of this?
you'll
on-
see it hopefully this summer.
This summer?
Thing. Yeah.
Nice.
Hell yeah, dude.
Who's an artist that you haven't worked with yet that you'd love to work with one day?
Yeah, if you want to manifest it
Man.
on pod right now, go crazy, bro.
Damn.
Madlib?
I mean, that'd be crazy. I'm trying to think.
Quasimodo?
Quasimodo.
Same
Man, I don't even know. I get asked this sometimes. I think it'd be like sometimes I'm not even trying to like work with a lot of
Like Britney
these
Spears.
people.
You'll
Yeah.
never meet your hero.
I would love to like meet like, like some old rock stars and stuff like Tom York and Liam Gallagher and shit. I don't know if I would want to work with them, but like I'd love to meet those folks.
Of course.
We should hit up
course.
Liam Gallagher's son in DMs.
Yeah.
He fucks with TF.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he follows the
Oh,
main page.
that'd be great.
Yeah. Who's an artist you like, okay, not even necessarily working with and like making music together, but just the artist you like hanging out with the most? Who's just like the most,
Yeah.
aligned
Don't
with
say
your
your
vibe?
sister.
Yeah.
We
Besides
have
her.
there's a lot of like folks everyone that like opens for me on tour. I love hanging out with Spill Tab. They're awesome.
You're bringing the homies for a reason.
Yeah, it's all the homies. This band Michelle, they're from the city. They're super good. Who else? Oh, Benny from that song Soup Lonely.
We're gonna ask about it, bro. 700 million people can't be wrong.
I'm very glad that you said her name before I had to
How do
ask
you
about her.
pronounce this? Benet.
Honestly though, I say Benny.
What does she say?
I think she says Benny, but everyone
think?
else, I was just hanging with her recently, and I think so many people say Benet.
Oh,
Really?
And
damn, I was right.
I've never seen her like correct.
Well, she's maybe too
anyone.
polite, right?
Well, it's like JID and JID or something.
Yeah.
you know? It's
Yeah.
like, just let
Yeah.
the people say how they
I don't know
want.
if there's a.
Or it's like, yo, she's like, if you call me Benny, then I know that you're like valid. If you call me Benet, then I know that you're just on your
I
fan
think
shit.
it's Benny. I think it's Benny. Yeah.
We're gonna go with Benny. Okay.
Were you friends with Benny before this smash Super Lonely came out, or did you guys become friends in the wake of the song's
No,
creation and success?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't even say we became like homies until more recently, because it was like right after the pandemic, or like right after quarantine when we made it. It was like that summer, that fall, 2020. And my good homie Daniel was working with her, and he was like, she's a big fan and we think you
Nice.
sound really good on this song. And I hadn't done like a lot of features before that, because I really wanted to like establish
For
my
sure.
sound and shit. And it was perfect time. So I was like, yeah, this sounds great. I'd love to do it. So I literally just wrote it. Like,
You had no expectations. Honestly.
no, I just wrote it over the course of a week, sent it back to them, and they're like, this is great. I was like, okay. Didn't really hear anything. And they're like, oh, the song's coming out next week. I was like, oh, sick.
Cool.
So we were like friends on,
About to cash out.
Yeah.
we were friends online, but and then that song didn't even really take off until like 6-7 months.
Got the
later.
TikTok bump, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Have you as an artist, like if your shit starts going crazy on TikTok, which I know it has a few times for you, like, are you fine with that because it means more money, more streams, or are you kind of like, I don't want to be known as a TikTok artist?
I
As a
think
sound.
I think I'm okay with it for myself now, because I've already like toured pretty extensively without TikTok.
Yeah.
And most of the kids who come to the shows, like, I don't play Super only at my
Yeah.
own shows.
Right.
So
That'd be Super Lonely Stolen Valor. It's
yeah.
Benny's song.
Yeah, exactly. So I think like,
You're not John Mayer covering fucking Learning
Tom
to Fly
Petty.
or Tom Petty.
but I'm
His
okay
show.
with it because I already have a huge catalog and like, a solid fan base. But there is kids who just pop off one song on TikTok, and it's hard for them to kind of like keep that momentum,
Right.
because they
I guess it is good
Yeah.
because now that if people know you from TikTok, they can go to your Spotify and be like, oh, he's been
Yeah.
putting out music for like 6 or 7
yeah,
years now.
exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
So, okay, but that being said, the Super Lonely track has 700 million streams on Spotify alone. In a post Super Lonely world, are you addicted to putting numbers on the board?
It's a high bar, dude.
I mean,
Are you chasing that dragon?
I'm not chasing it in terms of, not really. I think the one thing I was chasing like the last couple of years was, I just felt really like I've been trying to build my team out like in the last couple of years, and that's what gave me the most drive and anxiety, was like,
Getting the infrastructure together.
yeah. So now I work with like some really solid people, and it took me a long time to like get here. I was just meeting a lot of people, and things were like moving really fast. And then during COVID, I could finally like take a step back and
Breathe.
reevaluate everything. And so now I'm like with the exact team I want to be with. So everything, again, like that was like the goal I wanted to reach. So I obviously hope that, I feel like I make music from a place of, I don't know, like I put my heart into it. So I do hope that more people would listen to that kind of music than some of the other like really contrived things. But
Sure.
but no, I'm not Super Lonely is kind of like a, I don't know, kind
An
of
anomaly.
yeah,
almost?
yeah. So I don't really chase that
When
one.
you sit down to like you're saying, that daily process of like, okay, I'm gonna tickle the ivories and like bang something out. Do you ever find yourself like almost like trying to reverse engineer something because you're like, damn, like I do want another fucking smash, or you're like, it'll come when it comes? Because this is a huge fucking
I
song,
think
dude, let's
right.
be real.
I think the right after that maybe a little bit, but the things that we see blow up out of nowhere are random, like, and things that wouldn't normally blow up, like I mean, all of these songs are amazing, but like Steve Lacy, like Bad Habit.
Yep.
That's like that's also like a bedroom pop song.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So it's like, I think just staying true to yourself and like just being like, okay, I just got to keep following like making art for the sake of innovating and shit. I think that's like the right way to approach it. If you try too hard to follow a structure or like a trend, it's gonna be so bad,
Trash.
Yeah.
But how did it feel that like millions and millions of new people are all of a sudden like drawn to this sound that you've been crafting and honing for decades now? Like that had to feel good, no?
Yeah, totally, for sure. But again, like that song is like way more of Benny's song. I kind of just
Right.
yeah.
Yeah,
I kind of just did a verse on it and like added some synth and stuff.
But you were kind of like the face of a genre, or one of the few faces of a genre. Like it's a lot of pressure,
Yeah, totally.
Well, so you're a feature on that. I know you've been a feature on a few other like smash songs. So yes, you have established your own sound and your own fan base. But as you branch out into this tactic of features, and I have to imagine you're high in demand. Like, are you the music industry's secret weapon, gun for hire?
Yeah, dude.
I do feel like I get reached out to more about features for sure.
Yeah.
What is that? How do you feel?
I feel really good about it because I like, again, like coming from that hip hop background growing up, it feels like, not as much of like a indie thing, but more of like a hip hop thing where you're just doing
it's like, yo, we need a big name to like sprinkle some double.
I like being able to just do
like
a verse.
A hook assassin, dude. Bring him in, fucking kill that.
Yeah. And it, it also like helps tell people what other kind of music you listen to, what other kind of music you like, what artists you vouch for and like want to work with and be affiliated with. So I love it for that reason too.
That's kind of like with the pod, how we like want people, like we want to build out the Throwing Fits universe.
Totally.
Guest, you're doing the same thing with
you
give those features to. That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
So the possibly $1 million question is, what's a Gus Dappy feature cost us these days?
So
what's that walk?
That's really interesting. I will definitely give you a real answer. Like,
please.
I don't go for the flat rate feature money like a lot of people do. A lot of people go for they'll ask for a huge check.
Yeah.
I don't do that.
A great example of this recently.
Yeah, I don't do that.
A whiz hook
whatsoever. I don't even think I've collected a lot of the feature money, but
oh really?
I like being able to write a large chunk of the song, produce on it and give input and then get more of like a fair split kind of.
So you want to truly collaborate. You just want to be like, oh, hold on, let me see what I got already saved up on the computer. What's the BPM? Here you go.
No, yeah, I always like almost like all the features I've done, I've also like produced on. So I like being able to do that, and I don't even like worry about it too much.
So let's say
most of them are my friends too, like a lot of people. Yeah.
So let's say an artist or let's say a label comes to you, and they're like, let's say your label comes to you and like, yo, Gus, we got this like up and coming kid. They were pouring a lot of like money and resources into their debut major album. Like, we need you on this. We need you to do the production and the writing. Like, what's the price tag looking like?
I think I've done a few sessions, and a lot of times, like with writers and producers, people who are really sought after have a flat rate going into the session on top of then if you make a song and it's going to come out. But most of the time, like I'm still kind of, I don't consider myself that. It's like you only really add it up at the end if you come out with a song that's going to be released.
Gotcha.
Kind of.
Okay.
Yeah. But there's sometimes it's like studio fees and shit, but I have like a home studio.
Right. So it's like kind of working on spec or whatever to some degree.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Interesting.
Well, your major label debut is on the horizon. No pun intended. Album coming this year. So like after spending 6 or so years, as on your own shit as an independent, like what's the main difference for you that you've kind of noticed between the grind of being an indie musician and putting something out with a major?
Yeah, I mean, it's still pretty early on, but I think before I would like work with some distribution deals and things where there just wasn't as many people working on the marketing side. And I felt like I had to be also in charge of my own marketing in a way.
Now someone can text like the playlist guy at Spotify.
Run it.
Yeah, exactly.
New indie, number one now.
No, exactly. But no, I just wanted to take more off my plate to focus on the creative and the songs and
what you do best.
Yeah. And then really like hand off more roles to just so everyone could really nail it. So that's really what it is. And
What was the one thing you're so ready to go out for your plate first and foremost?
I think just handing off like
hitting
just
upload
honest-
on Spotify.
no, just like having more of a middleman between, so I'm not just like texting the mix and master engineer. Like we can get, I can send all my notes more officially and like, and yeah, just interfacing with like,
you're not DMing
things.
Charlemagne for a fucking.
I'm not like uploading my own videos. I'm making them, editing them. I'm not like have like a 50 gigabyte thing. I'm like, my Wi-Fi is like really bad in my apartment. It's like, it's that shit. It's all that like little, like uploading it myself,
Oh,
so.
I got to make a vertical cut for
Yeah,
fucking
no, it's all that stuff. It's like all the little like social
You're telling us,
stuff,
brother.
and, yeah.
Yeah, that's why we have our own army as well. Of Groms
And
to get it
what's
done.
something that you'll never
much better?
relent control of? Is it like your personal image and your style?
Yeah, it's like just the
itself.
the direction of the music. The direction of the music and the direction of the creative and my image and aesthetic, because I always, but this is the thing that like I kind of signed with Warner because I showed them basically almost a whole new album and they wanted to like.
They're like, all right, this is already made. He already got
Yeah.
something
You're like,
done.
nice.
Yeah,
Sorry, you
I
guys
was like,
done.
I made
did the
this
homework.
album. This is what I'm going to put out next if you guys like it.
If you're interested.
Yeah. And here's the creative. I like had this huge mood board and like lyric sheets and all this stuff all ready to go. So
because the music was already made, it's not like playing in the majors has like affected the art itself.
Yeah.
But have you felt any pressure to like put out a smash hit or like a viral video or
Switch
like,
it
hey
up.
guys, it's Gus
yeah,
Dapperton
I mean,
on
they
TikTok.
definitely want like hits, but I think that's what I was saying before, kind of with like some of these other songs blowing up on TikTok that normally wouldn't blow up, like even Super Lonely, like Bad Habits, Steve Lacy, like Omar Apollo, Evergreen. They're kind of like, otherwise would be more of like a deep cut on the album or something.
No, absolutely.
Maybe not Super Lonely. That one's kind of like straightforward, but some of the other ones. So I think they're like, just make whatever you want to make, and they won't be like radio hits, but that maybe they're a viral hit. You know what I mean?
Maybe
So-
you'll be featured on Euphoria. Is that where you were?
No.
You were on a TV show, no? I mean, like your music was.
Yeah, 13 Reasons Why.
13
yeah.
Reasons
Okay,
Yeah.
right. Without like ruffling the feathers of the new corporate overlords, is there something that you miss from the old process of being indie that like on the flip side of this?
Honestly, no. It's been great so far, and
Right answer.
I think no. I think also like
you passed the test.
it's all circumstantial in the people you work with, and I miss the people I used to work with more as a independent artist, and I love a lot of the new people that I work with. And that's a big part of also like signing somewhere is like your point person, like who's going to be your point
Right,
person.
absolutely.
I love my point person. So
James Harris, right? The
exactly,
text messages, right? Okay. Good to know.
Has there been though, like, so I worked in music industry for like 2 years. Lawrence is obviously, it's just all one fucking, Venn diagram. But like, what's like the skeeziest thing you've had to necessarily kind of put up with, not like be a part of, or like something that just gives you the ick about the music industry, which, there's so much to choose from.
Yeah. Real dealer's choice on this one. He's like, what can I legally say?
Like, do you have to walk into a room full of like old white guys and like, yes, yeah, Gus, this is the best thing I've ever heard.
Yeah. People commenting on your look or anything like that. Like,
honestly, I can't even think of anything. I think one thing, there's been a few like mishaps recently, just where it's not even an industry thing. It's more of like a person thing. But I've had some people just like agree to things and like lead me on and then like kind of drop out, or
Like yes men, but then
over promise,
Yeah.
under deliver.
over promise like
yeah.
few times, but not really with like the label or anything. More just like
I mean, the industry is such a-
other artists,
These other
and just
motherfuckers
people
orbiting and
I
whatever.
wanted to work with.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Interesting.
Let me
You're
ask
on
you
notice,
this.
motherfuckers.
Let me ask you this, because I think like bedroom pop is this phenomenon that, like Lauren said, like you are definitely one of the leading names of. Do bedroom pop stars party, or do you just like lay around and stare melancholically out the window?
It depends. I definitely
Depends on
party.
the weather.
I definitely party, and I feel like people are surprised. By
Oh,
that
really?
Sometimes
They want you to be like a fucking sad boy.
Yeah, I mean,
For your image, you're too happy, bro.
I think in the beginning of like bedroom pop, it was maybe like that, but no. Yeah, no, I think people think I'm going to be way more art damaged and like unapproachable and way more like unapproachable and shit.
Yeah.
But I always have like hated people who are like that, who are like so cool, too cool for school.
Right, for
My
sure.
soul's broken.
Yeah,
Don't talk to me.
because I'm like, if you were really that cool, like, and you
Yeah.
hated like people coming up to you to like take a picture and get autographs and
Totally.
and all that shit, I'm like, then just don't put out music.
Right.
Save it for yourself.
Don't bare
and
your soul to the world.
Yeah, it's like you chose this life of sharing your music, so it's just
Yeah.
like suck it up. You know?
Also, if you're like 25, what do you have to be sad about?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
shut the fuck up. Talk to me when you're 36.
What's been your weirdest fan interaction? Because you are a personable guy that it seems like you're approachable and are always down to have a conversation and just like
I've had a few like people just, I think early on it's hard to figure out sometimes when and how to communicate with fans on the internet. And some people who seem harmless and then get really obsessed with the fact that
Stance.
you like, yeah.
Yeah, there's a term for that.
I've had like some people try to like break into the green
Dear
room
Gus.
and like,
break into the green room.
yeah, there's this one kid who like,
Is there like a restraining order out on him? now?
no,
Like, is he
no.
Okay. So he's still out there.
There are a few people who have
He's
like,
listening right now.
who have kind of almost like said some really alarming things that were hard not to respond to and be like,
Yeah.
making sure
Step
you're
back.
okay. Like,
Pump the fucking brakes.
yeah, I was just
Dare me
like,
to drive?
yeah, no, yeah, I was like just kind of making sure they're okay.
Right.
And then they became obsessed with the fact that I was like responding to them, and then they kind of like tracked me down and like,
Bro.
were like, I'm gonna be at your show, and this one dude like tried to like sneak into the green room, and there's like a security guard.
Did he get
Damn.
fucked up? Like,
No,
clothesline?
no, I think they just,
you're just like
They handled it, I'm sure, with aplomb.
yeah.
Is that because you're so like your lyrics and music are so like emotionally personal and expressive that people are like, oh, he just like me for real?
Yeah, no.
The blessing and the curse, if you just like me for real, for real.
Before my last album, Orca, it never was like that. It was more just like, oh, these are bops. Like these are all this
Yeah.
dude's like
Yeah.
a poet, and these are bop.
The poet
He's
who
a bop factory.
Yeah.
the poet who parties.
And then when I put out Orca, they like I got a lot of people hitting me up like, you saved my life. Like,
whoa,
because it's a lot
That's
about
a lot of pressure, dude.
yeah, and a lot of the songs were like, I wasn't even going to release this one song, First Aid, that is about kind of like me and my sister like always kind of like having my back and saving my life kind of on tour, and just when I was really struggling with mental health and all this stuff. So it just felt like during COVID, like a lot of people needed that that hope
For sure.
and so
that
that album
reassurance.
changed. There was a new group of fans who,
Gus Gang.
yeah, there was a new group of fans who liked me for a different reason, and it was for like being real and
Yeah.
talking about.
Dap Hive.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a more
So
serious.
those
It's a more
kids-
serious lane than the bops. Yeah. For
So
sure.
those fans and those kids, there were some, yeah,
There's different
like crazy,
expectations,
yeah.
maybe, of like what to expect
Right.
from the
Yeah.
guy, from
What-
the god.
What's as your star rises, as you put out more music and more art, what's the biggest misconception people have about Gus Dapperton? Besides that you don't party.
There's no way. There's no
Listen,
way.
guys,
you must,
I
you must
party,
be crazy
all right?
if you think he's partying.
If you don't, I party. Okay.
Yeah, we're going out tonight. We're
Yeah.
gonna live stream it.
Yeah.
No, I think it's what I said before. Like when I think people think I'm going to be like really unapproachable and too cool for school, but I'm down to talk to anyone and take a picture, sign anyone's autograph. Always am down again because
You must get recognized like so
Yeah.
frequently in Bushwick.
I used to get
Specifically.
I used to get way more
The mullet
recognized
demo.
when I had a bowl cut.
Oh, okay.
And then also more kids like are nervous to come up to me now. I think also because maybe my music has been slightly more serious than it was when I first started. So
You're like, yo, this guy's broken.
Yeah.
Be careful.
no,
with him.
I might say the wrong thing.
but I'll get
I think it's
recognized on
the
the oh my god, I'll get recognized sometimes on the
Yeah.
subway and stuff. A lot of times just kids who like came to my New York shows and
right.
stuff.
Well,
But
the face tattoo
Yeah, that
is
would give
now
it away.
Are you gonna
Yeah.
get more? Are you gonna get more face tattoos? On back on your rapper shit.
No,
You are the fucking rapper of Bedroom Pop.
so this
Really
is
is.
this is my only tattoo.
Really? You went
And-
face first?
Wow.
I just woke up and I just wanted this exact tattoo on my face right here. And I don't want any others.
What do your parents think?
At first my mom was a little sad, but it's only because I like hyped it up too much. I was like, Mom, don't freak out.
Mm.
My dad was like, what? He's like, oh yeah, sick.
Tight. Pops gets it.
But also I've been
Your
warming
dad's
them
a
up.
big Gucci Mane fan, obviously. So
Did your mom think you had like the Gucci Mane ice cream cone or the Mike Tyson or something? Like
She was just nervous because I was like literally going like this, don't freak out. And then I think, and then she was sad and she's like, I'm sorry. It looks awesome. It looks really cool. And I'm like, Mom, you don't have to apologize. It's fine. I get it.
a lot of places won't give face tats, especially to a tattoo
Yeah.
virgin. Was it?
Mhm.
Did you get to go to like
it's
some
kind
fucking
of like
hole
a
in the wall?
taboo thing. Yeah. No, so my bassist, his partner Lee is like the illest tattoo artist, and they were down right
Okay.
after that. And it's the only face tattoo they've ever
Oh, wow.
given. Yeah.
rarefied.
But they know I'm like I like have never for a second like
They know you're
regretted
never
it
gonna have
or
a real
Yeah,
job moving forward.
Yeah.
and yeah, that was always one of my goals is like to have tattoos and never send professional emails and just do them like texts.
Right.
That's
you and
my
Uzi.
my job is gonna have those requirements.
Yeah, that's you and Uzi.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, besides your own, you kind of talked about maybe some of your own music that's coming out this summer. But like, what music are you excited to listen to this summer as the city warms up?
Yeah, and you're partying. Clearly, we established that.
Man, what have I been listening to recently? I go like I'll always listen to some new music. I've been feeling kind of nostalgic about like I'm going to Coachella this weekend and
Who you excited to see?
Jai Paul
Oh, right.
and
the boys
and
back.
Frank Ocean.
Both back.
Yeah. So them two mainly them two.
You and a lot of other people do.
Yeah.
Is Frank a fan? I feel like you guys must kind of run in similar circles.
I met him one time somewhere, but no, I don't know.
Maybe though.
We'll never
Maybe.
know.
We'll never know.
He's never coming on the podcast. But when he does, we'll ask. If he does. If he does.
We got a bunch of questions about the $35,000 cock ring, and then we'll ask if you know.
Yeah,
exactly.
Gus Dapperton.
You can't bear the lead there. Okay, so what else are you nostalgic for besides like
I'm nostalgic
maybe.
because me and my homie Matt, who has directed a lot of my videos early on in my career, and we're really good friends. Me and him are going out to Coachella, and we're
Matt
just
Starr.
Matt
Is it?
Cohen,
Matt Cohen.
who's also friends with Tanima,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
around that time was like doing some videos with me and stuff. But like I lived with him early on in the city, and I feel like we're like staying in an Airbnb, and so now I'm thinking about all the stuff we used to listen to. So it was a lot of again like indie bops and shit. Like there's this band Electric Guest, who I love from back in the day. I've been listening to a lot again. Majid Jordan, Metronomy. Yeah.
All right.
a lot of shit that I've never heard of.
You-
Is this
Besides
like,
Majid
is, like
Jordan.
is this like indie sleaze type
Yeah,
shit?
well,
it's like just like OG like MGMT era indie.
Oh,
yeah.
come on now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Classique.
Mhm.
Well, speaking of the vintage, we read that you do thrift a lot. You do wear a lot of vintage, and you're wearing a vintage shirt today. You shouted out the Dead Shed,
Shed head.
the Shed
Yeah.
Head. Shout out the Shed Heads.
Yeah.
Do you still hit the thrift store and get busy like you used to, or are you too bougie now?
Nah, I don't get as busy as I used to, but
You changed.
I think like I think honestly, like I feel like you can thrift stuff that looks super elevated and
Sure.
pair it with something that's designer and new, and it just look super well together. So I still try to do that as much
Right.
as possible, but honestly just don't shop in general as much as
Yeah.
possible.
You just shop your
Like,
closet.
Yeah.
yeah, I just don't really shop.
But
that
if
much
you
anymore.
do see Gus Dapperton thrifting in your neighborhood, that rent is going up. I promise you that.
Look, Dapper's literally in your stage name, but like, what's the number one tip you would give to the young, impressionable audience at home for just being a dapper ass gentleman who's always fitted?
Yeah.
I always
And a
just
class act,
Yeah,
let's be real. Look
I
at
would
this
just
guy.
say like, always be yourself and always draw from your inspirations, and don't be afraid to be an individual. I think the reward is generally greater than the risk and
For sure.
inconvenience of it.
Are you the best dressed indie musician out right now?
Let's fucking
know.
go.
You gotta be.
I mean, come on,
You
dude.
gotta be in the
Are
conversation.
you underrated? Maybe. Like, are you not getting enough flowers? And is that about
No,
to
I
change
think I'm.
now that
I
you've been
think
on the
I'm.
pod?
I think I'm rated all right.
Okay.
Who else is?
Because I
at your-
do a lot of like fashion stuff. Too.
Sure, that's
Who
fair.
else at your level though? The Help.
At your waist level. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Shout out Chandler and Noah, dude.
Yeah. I don't even know.
Omar Apollo.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Dominic
Omar-
Fike.
Oh yeah. Dominic
Another
Fike,
face
too.
tattoo guy.
Yeah.
Who in
Both
the
of them are. Yeah.
who in the bedroom pop space are you a fan of? Because we were like looking, because like we're a little bit older, we'll say that. And we were like Googling like just general lists of the genre. And like that's why we said like you're a face of this, because you kept popping up. But I wonder who else like of your contemporaries and peers that you like legitimately fuck with yourself.
I mean, it's a lot
From
of
as a fan.
There's a lot of bedroom pop folks who are like well, when that was like coming out, who kind of like aren't as active anymore.
Like they changed their sound generally.
Yeah,
or?
or just like don't put out music as much
They got
and
a
are a
real
little
job.
more. Yeah, but no, like I'm a huge fan of Omar, Steve Lacy, Claro,
Oh, yeah, right.
all those people, and
Do you-
then more like people who are coming up too,
Mhm.
like Spill Tab and
Right. All your openers.
Michelle. Yeah, exactly.
Do you like the phrase bedroom pop or being like put in that box?
I used to not
pigeonholed?
like it when I was coming out or when like
because you're very outside.
exactly no
Just a sad boy in
yeah.
his bed.
because I think it like just didn't describe exactly what it was, because I think most like a lot of massive music and like pop music and stuff has been made in like a really small setup in someone's bedroom. So I think it kind of was just describing like where and like the fact that it was more DIY maybe, but like
Yeah.
for me, I wasn't trying to make music that sounded DIY. I was trying to make it sound pretty polished
Mhm.
always.
Okay.
So I didn't like that, but now I've like kind of came back and sort of like reclaimed it, because I do really appreciate that era and that time, and that time of like the internet and stuff. So
Things were simpler.
yeah.
Is bedroom pop an outdated phrase?
I feel like it doesn't get used to describe music like now as much anymore. I think it gets to describe that like era in like
Okay.
2017, 2018.
It's almost like that sound became a dominant force in
Just pop.
music.
yeah,
in
yeah.
pop.
It just has like became pop music. Exactly.
Yeah.
With like how also like a lot of those songs just blow up normally like another song would now.
Well, they also found other like other means to blow up instead of
Yeah,
just like
yeah.
going crazy
Mhm.
on the radio or
Yeah.
whatever. Back to the fits though.
Mm-hmm.
You're wearing 2 pieces of Acne.
Mm-hmm.
You're wearing 2 pieces of Uniqlo. Socks and underwear.
Basics.
Yeah.
What brands are most represented in your closet?
Yeah, put us on, bro.
Is it Acne?
Oh, low key. Okay. Well, I mean, yeah, like I like Calzada just for
Right.
like basic jeans and stuff.
Right.
Like they just fit really well.
Elevated
Do you go to their
basics.
shows? Or do you know them?
No, I haven't. But I went to their store recently and got a nice fit.
Oh, okay.
But
All right.
but
Do you get the Gus Dapperton discount?
no.
Oh, damn. The fuck?
Fucking up.
What the fuck, guys?
No,
It's
do you know what's
fucking
an
bullshit.
underrated like basic store is COS?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Sure.
COS
Like
is
for, like,
lit.
socks.
It's like
and-
the fancy boy H&M.
Yeah. Or I kind of see it
Yeah, they
as
own
like that's but I kind of see it as like a little bit more elevated Uniqlo, because it's
It's
more
super chic.
yeah, it's chic, and like just the fits, like, and the women's section, like the fits are perfect.
Do you buy women's clothes?
Yeah, I'd say this is women's, these pants. They
Are
just
you
fit better.
Right.
are you ever called out for or scared to get called out for queer baiting?
No, just because I think
If that term even holds any
I
weight.
think the one thing that is like the one art form, if you can call it an art form, that is represented in gender is fashion. It's like men and women.
Mhm.
And I think it's just like the biggest bullshit. I think like a lot of stuff should be unisex, because
Yeah, gender
body
neutral.
types like are not separated by gender.
Right.
So I think fashion and like
it doesn't matter.
beauty is like
Yeah.
fair game. It should all just be
I believe it's
The
in
same.
the eye of the
and also
beholder.
like I think a lot of men like to wear like women's perfume because it doesn't have this like classic one conform
Muskiness.
smell. Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, so besides Koss,
Oh yeah.
what else is most represented in your closet? At Lada?
Dude, I don't even know. It's mainly thrifted stuff,
Bus seats.
and then there's a few designer things like, but it's
Celine?
mainly thrifted stuff, and then like some of like my friends' brands like Advisory. I have a few Advisory pieces.
Advisory board crystals?
No, it's
Different brands.
Okay.
like Danny Cole, like his collaboration with Advisory. Okay,
I think I've seen
they're-
Advisory. Yes, on Instagram.
they're like a new streetwear brand. You
Yeah,
guys should
yeah,
check
yeah.
them out.
All right. Sick. There you go.
Yeah, a lot of stuff like that.
Putting us on.
BP Bella. I have
Oh,
like all
for
the
sure.
hats. All the hats.
Yeah.
So like a lot of like up and coming stuff.
Do you have like a holy grail piece that you're still kind of like looking for? Or for you, is it more about like less about pieces and more of like look at the ensemble?
Good question.
Thank you.
Nah, I think I'm one of those people who I'll get new clothes and then like this fit I've worn like 5 times.
You're an
the
outfit
last
repeater,
month. Yeah.
and you're not ashamed of that.
No,
And
'cause-
nor
and
should
you
be.
shouldn't be.
No, and it's like, yeah, I don't like wearing like I like donating clothes when my closet gets too full and yeah.
What a guy.
No, I just like
No, I'm
like
kidding.
I just like going out with the old and never coming back to it. and
Right,
coming
right,
in
right.
With the new, just to keep it fresh.
I do like the idea of like not being a uniform dresser where every day it's like the same thing, which is, and that's fine,
Mhm.
you know, teach his own. But I do like the idea of you're like, yeah, these 5 things look great together, and then like just wearing that whenever you
Each
want to
month
wear it. I do
or
that all
each
the
like
time, too.
season.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
switch.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
like
for sure.
Spring, I'm like rocking this.
I like
spring,
that.
and
This is a heavy spring fit.
yeah.
Ooh, can't wait to see the summer.
Yeah, dude, it's about to
Baby.
get spicy.
Yeah.
Well, one of the Johns that you're wearing right now is the watch gifted to you by your girlfriend.
Mhm.
You just celebrated 5 years with her.
Mhm.
The way every girl wants to be celebrated with a TikTok.
With
hard launch.
with a hard launch TikTok. No, and especially my girlfriend hates that, but
All that shit?
she liked that one.
Oh,
she
Oh, do
likes
you have to like convince her that it like, please let me do this because I want to celebrate you?
no.
publicly?
This one.
Did you have the label make it for you?
No, this one was. She likes like when I hype her up in that way on Gram, but she in general doesn't like taking photos with people. Like,
Well, she takes the photos. herself.
yeah, exactly. She hates being in front of.
She's
the
like, all
camera.
these other photos suck. I should
It's
be
mainly
taking
that she just doesn't like being
Sliding
like
his
in front of the
track.
camera.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
But as your star continues to rise and as you continue to put out more music, like how do you navigate making such personal music while holding some elements of private life private?
I definitely struggle with that more. Like people love. I think the one thing I just struggle with is like I've always been quality over quantity, and I feel like in today's world, it's just become a bit more quantity over quality. So I
Absolutely.
just struggle with like it doesn't come naturally to me to just like share a lot of my personal life. Like I usually would always like to feed people a really like polished, tailored product, but now it's
Right.
like they want to see every
Or like
part of it.
BTS or like, you know, kind of like down to earth shit,
Yeah.
which is like fine, especially as someone who wants to be like approachable in a certain way. But like
yeah.
the idea of being a total a polished package, like that kind of goes completely counterintuitive. to
No,
that, right?
100%.
Yeah.
But when you give people a little morsel of your private life, do they just gobble like it's fucking chum in the water?
I guess, yeah, I guess so. They
Please,
definitely,
Gus, another
they
crumb of private
yeah,
life.
no, I mean, yeah, the stands for sure. The stands definitely like
And
that.
do you-
But I
do
don't
you-
know if like my peers maybe like seeing everything I'm doing. Like,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
can't
for sure.
imagine they do, but
Like, oh wow, cool. Get ready with me, Gus.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
no, exactly.
We've already seen his fit. Do you listen to your own music when you fuck?
No, I don't really listen
That's
to
a-
any music.
It's a step too far.
No, it's okay.
You got to give it the fuck test.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, I don't know.
Especially those bops.
People are definitely listening to your music to either get to the fucking
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
be doing the fucking.
People have told me that before. People,
oh wow.
when
What's
I
your
first-
reaction? You're like,
I
you're welcome.
think it's great. Yeah,
you owe me 10%.
Some of my-
Go
some of
off,
my friends-
go off and get off.
some of my friends had been like, "Oh, dude, I was playing your new song. Like, you know, it's a good
Friends?
vibe. Good vibe. Yeah."
Good vibe.
Your friends listen to your voice while they
No,
while
like
they're
this was one particular occasion, and I was
One
like,
particular fucking
Yeah.
sicko.
I was
former friend.
I put a lot of respect on it. I was like,
I mean, that
respect
is like the ultimate cosign.
yeah.
Because that person, like, they can already just like call you and hear your voice. So
Yeah.
playing it while they bust a nut is that's a real fucking.
They can
that's
stay-
a big level.
If they can say rock hard, if like imagine like it's like if I'm like having sex and Lawrence is like fucking I'm listening to him podcast. Ugh, good
Yeah,
God.
please don't be fucking a podcast. Just period.
I'm wilting quicker than an orchid in Georgia. Let me ask you this, Gus. Sex, drugs, and rock and roll. Classic trio. But
Mhm.
as washed outsiders, can we get a status check on like the sex and the drugs? Is it still like fucking rampant? Are you guys still
no.
No?
I think also
not
like
just for, sorry, not just for you, because obviously you're wifed up, but I mean just like in the world of rock and roll in 2023.
I mean, in general, in the world, I think it is still pretty rampant. But I'm
Comes with
also,
territory.
yeah, but
We're
I'm
so horny
also,
degenerates. All right.
yeah,
What's your preferred drug these days?
Ooh.
I like shrooms and
Oh
Uh,
yeah, baby.
Chocolates.
yeah,
Tasty.
You got to get the gummies.
yeah.
The gummies are nice
Ooh.
because they're very. It's like a weed gummy. Like you know exactly how much you're getting.
Not to
you know?
be a hardo, but I just heard of gummy MDMA. I believe it was from you.
Yes.
And I want to fucking tap into that. Dude.
We've been talking about how your music is so just personally tapped in. Have you ever like kind of related a personal experience in your lyrics that's come back to bite you in the ass? Like an ex of yours recognized something they did in the lyrics and they're just like, "What the fuck, Gus? That was our shit."
Yeah. Put anyone on blast and they found out.
No, and surprisingly, with my girlfriend Jess, I write a lot of songs that are about her, and she really likes the ones that are honest and like, even if they're
And positive, I would hope.
yeah, but even just kind of like dark, like she can recognize the ones that like are good. She just if the song is good, she likes it. She doesn't
Or
care
honest.
about
Like what you're saying,
Yeah.
like it's for you, it's like honesty is the best policy when you're making
Yeah,
music, and
yeah.
I'm sure she can like back that up.
100%.
Yeah.
But
if you
her
like, have a-
favorite songs are like the darkest ones, like the
She's like, I'm gonna take a note, manipulate him later.
But if you like if you like guys have a fight and then you have a fucking song that's like, I hate it when you like put the forks in the spoon slot or something. She's like, fuck you. She's
that
not like,
would
"Fuck
be
you."
that
She
would
likes
be
it.
something we fight about.
Yeah, exactly. The old
Bob
man.
on deck.
It's never
Bob
it's never
Faster.
been like it's never been like that, and I think that's like a sign of someone who has some bigger issue.
Yeah, probably.
no, absolutely, without a doubt.
Speaking of your personal life, how was going to college in Philly?
Super fun. I really just am not meant for school. I
I thought you
dropped.
say not meant for Philly.
Yeah.
Oh no,
a lot of us aren't, bro.
Yeah.
I actually love Philly, but I didn't love going to class, and I felt like
you and both, brother.
I felt like I wanted to. I went to a music program to be an artist, and that's something that they didn't want to push you into being. They wanted to push you into like every little niche category and take that category and run. Whether you're like an audio engineer,
Like
a
technical
manager,
shit.
yeah. And I just wanted to have like a little bit of all of it, so it felt a little bit counterintuitive.
Did it help you get your reps in though? And like obviously it was
Yeah.
a way out of Warwick.
Yeah, no, it helped me just being in a city and being able to play shows
Right.
and meet people
Yeah.
and like collaborate. That was what it was best for, really.
With like the nail polish kind of like gender fluid look you have going on. Did you get hate crimed in Philly, a known hateful city?
No, only from like
jocks?
UPenn frat
Yeah.
kids.
Oh yeah, for sure.
yeah,
I'm sure they
Yeah.
said some words that
Do you know who my father is? Type motherfucker.
yeah.
Donald Trump.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, Gus, it is time to
Ooh,
get to
yeah.
the next segment of the podcast. Everyone's favorite is called
Deadass. Sucking and fucking.
Meats and Cheeks.
Sex and dating.
What's the way to Gus Dapperton's heart?
Great question.
Should we ask Jess?
Honestly, like humor, being funny, and I can't stand people who like don't have a heightened sense of humor and just like
Right.
enjoying themselves. And
Yeah, no, I
Yeah.
get that.
yeah,
Okay.
This question is probably a little outdated because you've been wifed up for 5 years, but like, what are some fashion red flags on a girl when she maybe shows up on a date or just in general?
that's a really good
What
question.
immediately keys you into the fact that she
Yeah,
sucks?
and I know you're seeing some shit in Bushwick, bro. You're ground zero for cooked forces.
I think, yeah, just like
You're in the kitchen.
those like like influencery, like really tall, like brown boots or like those like desert hats. or
So anyone dressed like they're going to Coachella,
Yeah.
literally.
100%.
Any girl from LA.
Yeah, truly.
no, exactly.
Okay.
They just immediately suck.
Yeah,
You
they're
already know.
torched.
You already know. What's the worst first date you've ever been on? Obviously, it's been 5 years.
Yeah.
Good question. The worst first date.
Maybe you wrote a
I've
song
ever
about
been
it.
on. Man,
There's been so many.
I know.
no, I can't even think.
Okay, let me ask you this.
I haven't had a lot of bad ones.
What was your first date with your current girlfriend?
Yeah, what do you guys do?
Yeah, so I met her on a photo shoot for Milk Makeup. She was shooting me,
Nice.
and it was all these like
Leveraging
really.
the power dynamic.
Yeah,
Hell
for real, dude.
She was leveraging her power.
really? Yeah,
dynamic.
no, she was.
No,
We're like,
yeah.
all right, now take your shirt off. You're like, what?
Yeah, yeah,
It's just a facial beauty shoot.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
There's no reason for me to get naked.
No,
Yes.
it was
Damn.
really
She me
cool.
too'd
It
your
was
ass,
like
bro.
it was all these like really cool young people running this whole show in this massive studio. They had a bunch of other artists doing it, and I was trying to find a way to like ask her out, but it was like it would have been too like unprofessional.
Right.
Like in the midst
Yeah.
of everything, she was shooting the whole time, so I was like. I literally was like, if I can't find her Instagram, I'm going to email the producer and be like, hey,
This
if
might
you want to
seem
give Jess my
unprofessional,
number,
but-
like whatever. But then I found her Instagram. I was like, hey, would you want to get a drink later? And then we went to Forget Me Not, of course.
Of course.
Yep.
Of course.
And no,
How
it
many of
was
us?
such a good vibe, and we were just cracking jokes all night.
And immediately it was just,
Yeah, connection instant.
Yeah, for
Nice.
sure.
She's
for
the
sure.
one. Shout out
100%.
Jess.
Yeah.
yeah. When it is now date night, it's been 5 years. You know, you got to keep things spicy. You got to keep things interesting. What's your go-to slutty fuck me fit? For when it's like, Gus is trying to get lucky tonight.
Yeah.
We don't have any of that really.
No date night?
No, we have day nights
Okay.
all the time. It's
But your
just
fits are just
dinner,
what you-
dinner and a movie. We're obsessed with movies.
Oh shit. Okay.
Just going to the movies
You got
as
a
much as we
favorite?
can.
You got a favorite of all time? Maybe like a couple favorites. Love talking cinema.
Oh yeah, I mean like favorite movies of all
Yeah.
time.
And then we'll get back to the fucking
Train
fits.
Spotting is my
Mm.
favorite film of all
Mhm.
time. Swingers, have you guys seen
Of
Swingers?
course,
yeah.
dude.
Okay.
Yeah, baby.
You're so money, baby. You don't even know it.
School of Rock. I have to,
As a musician.
and it's just like you got to put one of like your childhood like.
Is that what you thought Drexel was going to be like?
Yeah, I wish.
Professor Jack Black. Schneebly. Professor Ed Schneebly.
Yeah, those are
Ned
probably
Schneebly.
like my 3 favorites.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's a
All
nice
right.
little eclectic little
Yeah,
mix.
not bad, dude. So back to slutty fuck me fits. You're saying you don't get extra spicy on date night? Keep it. I mean, you're
No.
pretty like this man is
Yeah.
sex on a stick, just on
Yeah.
a fucking
People are
Friday.
trying to dress like you when they're gone, like you're
Yeah.
a regular
Yeah.
bodega fit
yo,
when you're
let me
going
ask you
on
this.
date night.
When you're chilling in Bushwick, just living your life, getting inspired. Do you or have you seen or starting to see? Are you seeing Gus clones? Whether it's like the stash or the Billy Kimber middle
who,
part.
Yeah, there's kids who come to my shows, but who like their style is reminiscent of mine or
inspired by
when
you.
a lot of bowl cuts like I'm like when
Really?
I first started there was a lot of people.
Yikes.
Well, I think
Still,
sometimes
Do as I say, not as I do. Get
It's
a
like
real
that-
haircut. You're
You're
not
like,
a
that's-
rock star.
that was my bowl cut era.
there's a lot of people who got bowl cuts for sure.
So you're to blame.
Wait, so when like 10 years from now, when you do a Gus Dapperton Eras tour, there's going to be like motherfuckers showing up in bowl cuts and like the red hair. and-
Maybe.
Are you flattered, or is it like a little? Is it like this is a line too far? Because you're clearly somebody who really
has an
is-
effect on these people.
Yeah, but also you're a fan of people like you said, be yourself. So when people like are being you to some degree, that's like not the message.
Yeah, totally. But I do find like it's really not that bad. I've been to other shows where kids are dressing exactly like the artists. And like when you go to my shows, you'll notice a pattern, but it's just like I think there's not a ton of people who like dress just like me. There is a lot of individuals. It's a lot of like
I mean,
seeing
you have
yourself
individuals.
and
Yeah,
it's
which
a
is
lot
what
of
you wanna
that.
see.
You
Yeah.
are their style icon that they're drawing inspiration from.
Yeah.
Have you seen anyone show up with the face tat?
Oh no.
Yeah, so the craziest tattoos were so now crazy tattoos are someone just getting my face on them like
With the bowl cut?
couple
Yo.
there's been a couple of those which
Can they get a cover up where it's like the different
Yeah, they-
fucking haircut? That'd be
God.
sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did think about that before, like changing my hair, like when I saw him.
You didn't
But
consider the psychos that got your face tattooed on them?
yeah,
Wait, so did you feel bad for the guy when you went from bowl cut to middle part? You're like, oh, I feel
no,
for this
yeah,
guy.
like a little bit, but no, I think it's cool. A lot of them are very tasteful, but no, a lot of people now get. I try to incorporate symbols that like relate to the message behind the album. So
Mhm.
this was for my
The world
last
building.
album,
Yeah, yeah.
Orca. So a lot of people get those tattoos, and to them it can be, whatever they want it to be. As
Right.
Yeah.
like my face or like
They
my
can project
autograph
onto
or
it and,
something.
yeah,
It's a personal interpretation of symbology, not a objective.
So a lot of
portrait
people were
I
getting
was gonna say,
this.
can't really interpret
like,
that any
yeah.
other way than
on
you
their
have.
on their
No,
face,
I have.
like-
I haven't seen on their face, but
Okay.
but like a ton of just this kind of
The symbol. Yeah. That's again better than
Way-
getting
way
Gus's
better, yeah,
face
way
inked
better.
on your body permanently, bro.
Yeah.
Gus, how much money do you make?
I don't.
Do you know?
Yeah, I know.
A lot of
He
people
doesn't want to say.
I will say that there will be a day when I sit back and sort of like will be okay with, I don't know, just chilling, but all I care about is music and art, and I invest all my money back in
Really?
Oh, right. You put
Yeah.
it back into
Yeah,
whether it's like
100%.
recording
Is the home
equipment.
studio fucking bussin'? Is it gussin' right now?
Yeah, the home studio is really sick, and it's kind of just everything I need. But everything just comes back to, like, before I was on with the label, like I just paying for a lot of videos myself
Sure.
and paying for a lot of touring backing and buying all the gear and everything. So there will be a point where I kind of like sit back and chill, but at this point it's still just
Right.
full steam
You're on
ahead.
go mode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the Gus Dapperton merch look like?
We have some really sick merch coming. We've had a lot of different stuff from over the years. The one I'm really hyped on is, I don't think there's any more of these, but the Horizons. We just did a one-off like crew neck sweatshirt
sick.
with an embroidered
Tight.
like thing, and it's my favorite thing we've made because it's like
The H,
It-
like the font, the H font
Yeah.
is fire.
yeah,
It looks good.
It's not like
Good typography.
it's not like Gus Dapperton. It's like
Right.
you just wear Horizons.
No, exactly.
Could be
It's like
anything, and
could be
yeah.
its own street.
Yeah.
Another streetwear brand.
Yeah, exactly.
I have two questions for you, Gus. One
Yeah.
is, what are the home studio rules, if any?
Put everything back the way you found it.
Okay.
if like
Put the knife, the
'cause I'll-
forks in the fork drawer.
Yeah.
I'll let people come, like my homies come use it, and that's just makes you put everything
That's the
back.
policy. And then
Yeah.
the second is, what is the Gus Dapperton tour rider? What are the must-haves?
Yeah, my sister is in charge of the rider.
So it's all her favorite shit.
Kind of. No,
She knows what you like.
no, she knows what the whole band, like she's kind of like the liaison for the whole band.
Kind of, so like a
She's
road
like, she's
manager.
like band mom.
Yeah.
kind of, yeah.
So what
but-
is your favorite shit that you need to have?
Nowadays, it's like a lot of like sparkling water,
Okay.
like LaCroix and stuff. We
Some
always just
Narcan.
no, we just have a lot of like cold cuts and sandwich materials, because then we can
Nice.
take them on the bus and just have them
Oh,
like in the
thrifty,
morning.
Thrifty,
Yeah.
smart, dude.
And then
Yes,
beer,
salami for breakfast
Yeah.
again.
yeah. Then
Take the boy out of Warwick.
yeah.
Can't
And
take
then
the Warwick out the boy.
just beer, wine, and,
Nice.
and
What's your beer
a
of choice
bottle.
when we are
Um,
partying? Tells a lot about a person.
Yeah, I like. I mean, my favorite beer is just Guinness on draft.
Nice, dude. Hell yeah.
But like bottle is just like Modelo and
Okay.
Modelo's with the fellows.
You already
Yeah.
fucking know, dude.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
All right.
See, this is why we know we're gonna party well together.
Yeah, this is how you want. If you want to get busy like your hero,
Yeah.
Gus Dapperton, slam a fucking Guinness like Sully.
Like Eric O'Sullivan.
Yeah.
That's why you like bar games, just the fucking the Guinness.
Wherever they got Guinness, dude.
Okay, so besides music, gear, and I guess you no longer have to self-fund your own like artistic projects and endeavors, what do you like to spend your hard-earned money on? Is it food? Like you were saying, like you guys love going out to dinner?
yeah, for sure, food.
What are your top spots in New York City right now?
Well, I'll give like one. I'll give one or two like
Yeah, don't give
my
them all away.
secret spots, and then
Please gatekeep.
one spot in Bushwick that I think is super underrated. Is the sushi spot Bush Niwa. They're super good, and I feel like not a ton of people go there.
Okay, let's keep it
I
in
order
business.
from there sometimes.
Yeah, it's really good, right?
Yeah, it's good.
super
It's
solid.
like a solid sushi
Yeah,
option.
yeah,
It's hard
okay.
to find.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, for sure.
Um,
Okay.
there's a really good soup dumpling spot
Ooh,
in
tell
the
me more.
East Village called Ula.
Okay.
ULUH. Also kind of underrated for like how incredible it is.
Mm.
And it's like really elevated. They do some like really unique kind of, they'll do like a white truffle fried rice. Like they have a lot of
Ooh.
shit like that. Like
Hell
weird
yeah. Tell me
flavors.
more.
It's,
Okay.
it's really good.
Getting crazy.
Yeah.
Damn, how do you stay so skinny as a gourmand?
Yeah. What?
Dude, I honestly don't.
Well, it's because you're like
know.
25.
Yeah.
That's the
No,
reason.
yeah.
Age on your side.
No, low key, I don't like exercise that much, but I skate, and then on tour, if you like come to a show, I'm like running around the
You're getting
whole
after
show.
it.
I'm like doing high knees the whole time. So
Working off those Models
on
and
tour,
Guinnesses, dude.
I feel pretty fit, and I'll like stretch before and everything.
Hell yeah.
So yeah,
Are you a good skater?
Yeah, I'm decent. Like I think like the rule is like if you can tray flip, you can like say you're
So you can tray flip then?
Yeah.
Okay, good to know. Hell yeah, dude.
Anything else you are fucking splashing out on besides, because it's not closed anymore, right? So it's like
Mhm.
meals and music.
It's maybe traveling and
Ooh,
like
like personal travel.
yeah, personal travel and food.
Where are
Okay.
you trying to travel to next?
Yeah, what's on the list?
I think I'm trying to go to like Greece. Maybe
Mm.
I've never been to
Like
Greece
for over the summer?
Maybe.
Hit up the Lindsay
I don't know
Lohan
if I'll
Beach
have
Club.
time this summer, but that'll be the next personal vacation.
Okay.
hopefully.
Do a
Yeah.
little fucking European tour. Hit up Athens.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
right.
think we may have that planned.
Ooh.
But on tour, I don't even get to chill at
Right.
all. It's like
It's work.
All business?
yeah.
Work.
Well, no, it's just like there's not a lot of time to explore each
Oh,
city.
right, right.
It's
You're on
just
the
like
move. Yeah,
every day. Yeah.
Why is that? Why, like, if I'm an artist and I'm like, if I'm traveling through Europe, it's like, all right, I want to play Amsterdam and then I want to schedule the next show like 5 days later.
Because it's more expensive.
Yeah, exactly.
Fuck.
It's
God damn
exactly.
it.
It's like
No wonder I'm broke.
and there's a lot of rules surrounding like the bus driver schedule and how
union.
much they can drive in
Sure.
a day and stuff. So like we'll have to make random pit stops from a long distance drive where we're like in the middle
Yeah.
of nowhere and there's not really any opportunity to go
Yeah.
explore that much. Like we'll be at like a random truck stop off the highway.
Do you and the band and the opening bands get after it when you're on tour? Like, are you fucking up hotel rooms? Or are you just like, this is work. I'm trying to stay.
Yeah.
No, we
physically
we always try to have dedicate a few nights to like an after party or something. So a
Just
good
try it.
healthy amount. Like if I do a New York show, I always try to have a little after party or
Right, yeah, bro.
um
Hit us up
in
for the
LA
next
show.
one.
Got to work in some time
100%.
to destroy a bus seat, turn it into a cardigan.
Yeah.
All right, Gus, I believe that we are at the end of the only podcast that matters.
Yes,
Before we
sir.
get you out of here and into the afters, we are fans. Like
Mhm.
our history goes back 6 or 7 years, but we're like true like Gus gang now.
True pleasure.
And excited to see more of the music and just to fucking hang out in New York. That being said, we'd like to see you do even better than you already are now, signing with the major, Horizons out now, et cetera, et cetera. So we'd love to offer up some constructive criticism if we may. Take it or leave it. Highly suggest you take
Yeah.
it because everyone that has taken it has gone on to fame and fortune. Anyone that hasn't is now fucking dead. I'll go first. My first piece of constructive criticism is we talked about merch a little bit. We talked about the bowl cut. Put out bowl cut wigs like head caps
Yeah.
as merch, bro. What are you doing? You're fucking leaving money on the table here.
Truly.
No, 100%. Also in general, like sometimes I would ideally love for the merch to be like really drippy and shit. But sometimes like, you know, it's
Novelty
you gotta
sells,
make
man.
a band to, you
No,
know,
for
it's
sure.
like-
Sometimes you got to release a bowl cut
Yeah.
wig, you know?
Exactly.
It just happens.
Yeah, just some novelty merch and then just
Yeah.
just hand them out for free. And then people in the audience throw them on and the visual of that for like, we're going
Yeah.
crazy on socials.
Yeah.
Fucking cult, dude.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Gus, my constructive criticism,
Hold
this should
up.
come as no surprise, is also hair related. My first question leading up to my CC is who do you have a go-to barber? Do they come on the road with you? What is the deal there?
Yeah, I a lot
And
of
shout
times
them out, please, because they are quite good at what they do.
Yeah, I mean, my go-to person, but I again, like when I'm on tour, we'll just one night decide to like buzz someone's head or like cut our own hair. I cut my own hair a lot, but
Really?
Angie at Shizen, Shizen. It's actually not too far from here. They're
Really?
new spot.
Not familiar.
It's super good. They're this Japanese hair salon, and they're really good at like dyeing hair.
Okay.
And
they can make it extra red.
Yeah. No,
Oh,
they're
yeah, it's
just
pretty
they're
close
just
to here.
like
Yeah.
they're super good. But
Shout out
Angie,
Angie.
that's my girl.
So shout out Angie. Obviously, it seems that she's a dyer first. So what I'm thinking is that we share a barbershop, James and myself. It really is kind of like, one of the establishments we support the most in this podcast. Shout out Mildred, New York. Shout out all the fucking boys, Rob, Paul, Eric. You should hit up fucking Mildred, New York and do some fucking SpawnCon for Meeting of the Minds. The best hair in New York and the best barbershop.
That's a
in
good
New York.
idea, actually.
Just throwing that out there. There might be a bag for you if those vintage sales are hitting for the boys.
Brought to you by Estee Lauder.
Yeah, right, exactly. Okay, yeah, that's
Do you
it.
have like people approaching you? Do you like sponsor your become like a hair spokesperson?
Is your hair insured?
No, but no.
Are you already on the fucking? Are you already on the Propecia just to keep it going?
Dude, protect that hairline at all costs.
I've
dude.
already
Trust me.
I've already kind of come to the conclusion, like, again, it's like sort of embracing, what you got. So I've had a buzzed bald head before for like a video, and
like bicked.
I don't mind. Like if I just have to buzz my head and I'm losing hair, like
You'll
I'm
just
fine
do
with
it.
that. Or I'll just rock like Larry David and just let it go. However, like
You say that now, dude. It's easy to say when you got a fucking spectacular head of hair on you, dude. Trust me.
But have brands try
Yeah,
to come to you and be like, "Yo, can you be like our spokesperson for fucking like I don't know, men's grooming shit?"
no, but I definitely would be interested in that.
Hell yeah, dude.
Well, you heard it here first. If any of you thirsty ass brands out there need a little bump from the Bop King
Gus
himself,
bump, baby.
Yeah, holler at the
Boppy
motherfucking
bump.
boy. Gus, thank you so much, dude. What a fucking
Yeah,
pleasure.
Where can
you
the kids
guys.
follow you?
Yeah,
What do you want to
plug?
Yeah, I mean, I have some. This year, I'm gonna have a ton of new music coming out.
Okay, so lock in.
Stream.
Just stay tuned for sure.
Restream Orca, Stream Horizons.
Mhm.
I believe a remix just came out. Stream that if that's friendly to your pockets. Is that friendly to your pockets?
Yeah, for sure.
Stream that shit. Watch on YouTube. Where can the kids follow you on socials?
Gus Dapperton on everything.
Fuck
Yeah. Do you have a Finsta under Sleazy McGee or anything?
No, I used to, and
Should we
then-
stream Sleazy
Oh,
McGee?
really? You got rid of the Finsta? Because I'm always wondering about that with like very like public figures such as yourself.
I didn't
Like,
get rid of it for any particular reason. There's too many apps now to like keep
Oh,
track
sure.
of. I don't even have time for the close friend shit.
Oh, damn. Okay. Well, we won't be. What about Be Real? You on Be Real?
No, I love the concept of Be Real though.
Are you active on TikTok or is it just kind of like a marketing thing?
Yeah, I'm active on TikTok. I like scroll and
You're addicted.
Yeah, like everyone else.
I'm not. Yeah, I mean, I'm a little, definitely like probably more than I would like to be, but
Addicted to what the tick did, baby.
Yeah.
All right. Gus, thank you for coming on to the only podcast.
Of course,
that
thank you
matters.
Appreciate
guys.
your time, bud.
thank
Jeff,
you guys.
take us out.